Whoa. Talk about marrying into the wrong family, am I right? Especially when the family has an involvement of a demonic cult. Am I right, ladies? Am I right? Yeah. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Tyrone, and today on the channel I got the out of the theater review for you for Evil Dead Burn. This movie is directed by Sebastian Vinnick, and I've never seen any of his films, but I gotta say, this guy has flair. This guy has horror flair written all over it. Okay, I came into this thing where I saw the first one that came out, or the one of the other versions that came out, which was Evil Dead Rise, directed and written by Lee Cronin. I really did enjoy that version. I've seen all the Evil Deads, okay, from the 80s to the 90s, and they all been really, really good. Each one of the Evil Deads have to have this grotesque feeling about the kills, have a grotesque practical effects about the makeup, and each film has that, okay? But Evil Dead Rise had a thing about if the Deadites is your family, it's kind of harder to kill them. It's kind of harder to have like a closer connection with the Deadites, you know, in a certain way. This film, it's basically the same thing, but there's a little sprinkle on this thing. Okay, what do you do when the Deadites is involved with domestic violence? Okay, the whole thing is violent, of course, but the Deadite, before they were a Deadite, was a person who was very violent in their regular life. So this movie basically revolves around a woman who married into this family. She's from France, and this family is rooted, as I said in the beginning of this thing, with connections to the cult that was mentioned in the Evil Dead Rise. So I would say if you saw Evil Dead Rise, good to you, because I'm not sure if this is really a continuation or a sequel. The movie doesn't really explain that. It's probably a parallel story with that film. Like this, the events is happening in this film, it's happening at the same time as the events of the other film. I like this story because it's talking about something important that women go through all the time, and it's unfortunate that women and men just go through with men as well, but it's at a higher rate of women when it comes to domestic violence. And I think that they took that topic and did that very well, but also gave you what you've known the series to have, with all the gore, the Deadites, the Necromonger book, all that stuff. The characters, they did really, really well. I would say that the kid that's in this, I don't want to say he's a kid, he's a grown man. The boy that played, his name is Jacob in this film. I really didn't like him, and I meant to not like him because he does questionable things. He almost reminds me of Bear from Obsession. If you've seen that film, then you know what I mean by that. But he did a great job in this film to make me feel like that character is a crappy character. But of course, it has all the readings of what you've seen before with Evil Dead films. You know, the camera crawls, the Deadites saying some of the most obscene things to these people, and it's very, very gross. Again, if you have a weak stomach, this is probably not the film for you, or any other Evil Dead film is probably not for you as well. But if you are a fan of this series, and it continues to go on, and they actually opened up a little bit more lore that I'm not going to spoil for you, because I've never seen this type of lore in the films ever before, with a specific thing that could directly harm the Deadites. That's all I'm going to say. I can say that this film was a little bit too long. This could have been shaved off probably about 15 more minutes. It would have, handled the story a little bit better that way. But I enjoyed myself coming to the theater to see this. I'm going to go ahead and give my rating for this. This is a short one. Okay, this film gets a B+. It gets a B+ because of the acting in this. It gets a B+ because of the gore in this film. Very, very done very well. And the directing from this dude named Mr. Vinnick, Sebastian Vinnick. I'd never seen any of his films, but if you guys know those films, let me know what they are. And he has a huge career. he has a very huge career coming up for sure. Because if he stays on this path, whether he wants to continue to do horror this way, the camera placement is placed very well. It's not cheap jump scares in this too. It's good. It's a good film. But I do have to take points away because of the length. I gotta take points away because of the length. Some of the dialogue was pretty cheesy in this as well too, so you're probably rolling your eyes at certain things. But the kills were very satisfying, and the gore was very satisfying as well. So another notch on the belt of Evil Dead, and there is an end credit scene, so stick around for that. And you know there's probably going to be more Evil Deads coming around the corner. Thank you again for clicking on this video. My subscriber count is going up. You guys are watching me. You're watching my shorts. We're talking okay in the comments, and I appreciate that. So get in the comments and talk about this film. Talk about your love for the Evil Dead series with Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, which by the way, they are executive producers on this film, as well as Lee Cronin, who directed and wrote the last film. So yeah, let me know what you think about it. And if you did like my rating and review for this film, please hit the thumbs up. Really does help out this channel more than you know. It really does. This pushes it out to the algorithm for everybody to see. All right, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to stay up to date with everything I do right here on YurpNationENT. That's the new channel's name because the other one's gone. Go ahead and click some of these videos. It's on the side because other videos I've done with music video stuff and movie reviews, and check it out. All right, have a good old time. Go out to the theater and see Evil Dead Burn. It is worth your ticket. All right, peace. Have a good one.